The House of Windsor is one of the world's most recognizable monarchies, but has long acknowledged the need to adapt to the will of the people in order to survive. Born in 1865, Prince George Frederick Ernest Albert of the House of Saxe-Coburg-Gotha was proclaimed King George V in 1910. Due to the anti-German sentiment that grew in Britain during the First World War, King George V declared the name of Windsor is to be borne by his royal house and family, and relinquishing the use of all German titles and dignities.
People forget the name House of Windsor is a made-up name. It's a brand name. Then apparently the private secretary of the time looked out of the window, saw the round tower of Windsor Castle, and said, let's call it Windsor.
King George V died on January 20, 1936, and was succeeded by his eldest son, Edward. Born in 1894, Edward VIII was popular with the public. The Prince of Wales represented his father during the 1920s by undertaking extensive tours of the empire.
And in his wanderings had enjoyed every kind of hospitality.
The Prince of Wales, he was sex on legs at the time. He was the Playboy Prince. You know, he was known to be dating glamorous women. It wasn't quite so well known that many of them were married. There was that feeling of anticipation that maybe you could be the lucky girl, you could be the one.
In 1931, he met Wallis Simpson at a house party. King George was reportedly outraged at the scandalous association between the future King of England and a divorcee. Even the death of his father and his immediate succession could not abate the relationship. Prime Minister Stanley Baldwin informed the king he only had three choices: end the relationship, marry against the advice of Parliament, who would then resign, or abdicate.
Mr. Baldwin leaves Downing Street to tell Parliament the fateful news of the King's decision.
On December 11, 1936, King Edward VIII became the first British monarch in history to voluntarily abdicate.
I have found it impossible to carry the heavy burden of responsibility and to discharge my duties as king without the help and support of the woman I love.
And many people at the time thought that he'd let the side down because they compared the sacrifice that people had made during the First World War to the sacrifice that he refused to make in the run-up to the Second World War.